and welcome to the Women's Inspire Network show, and I'm delighted to be here today with Mags Boland Murphy, who is on our couch, and I'm delighted to see you here.
Yeah, good to see you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thank you. You are just dynamic, and you're helping so many people lately, and I know this. We're going to go into that later, but tell us a little bit about yourself and your business so far.
Okay, a little bit about me. I am living in Wexford, originally from Limerick, and married with one daughter, 2 dogs, and a husband. I'm really passionate about helping people reach their potential, and I suppose in this instance women as well, that not just, women in particular, because I am a woman in business myself, but also, giving them the confidence, helping them to see the confidence and engage and empower themselves to actually reach their potential and build a livelihood. And for established businesses to help them sustain what they have and grow and do it in a positive and progressive and a fun way. Have a bit of fun as well, because business is so serious.
I know, and you're right, and you actually whizzed through a load of stuff there, but I know that for you, you've helped a lot of people to actually sit and look at their business and say, well, maybe lately as well, I've seen you help a lot of people with, are they charging enough for their business?
Yeah.
And that's something in the service industry in particular you help people with, is that right?
Because one of the biggest obstacles for anybody in business, whether they're only starting or whether they have a well-established business, is to know their own value. And I guess in Ireland, we're not taught this at school. We're not encouraged to be confident, right? Yeah. So we're, God, you're too big for your boots. You can't be too. Who does she think she is? So you can't be too big for your boots. But then if you're doing nothing, they're at nothing.
Yeah.
So you can't win.
Yeah.
But you need to be, in order to build a business where you're comfortable and confident, you have to know your own value. And that's a big stumbling block. We have businesses that come to us that are well established, are 20 years in business, and particularly now with different challenges that are happening, Brexit and other challenges, funding as well. You have to know your own value, and you have to recognise. You have to cover your costs. You can't be a busy fool.
That's it. I remember my own experience. I was my clients were making loads of money. They were getting great customers and stuff and great sales. And then I was struggling to pay a bill that came in the door. And I went, hang on, there's something not right here. Yeah. And I have to say that you were one of the people that pointed that out to me. So thank you. I know you've helped a lot of people. And I know yourself, you are very in the tourism space as well. Yeah. And what would be your favourite kind of... what would be your favourite challenge to come up with? Let's say you came to me and I was a small business owner. What's your favourite thing? I suppose it's when you see people actually shining and getting results.
Yeah. I was at the ploughing earlier this week, and I had 15 clients to visit. And then I had other clients that had been with us in the past, and just to see how far they've come. Yes. I genuinely love that. And I genuinely I'm very straight talking, there's no messing, but at the same time, I just absolutely champion success. And it's something that we need to do more of in this country.
I agree.
Is support each other, and also to say, well done, as opposed to, Jeannie Mac, what are they at?
She's above her station there now.
She's getting to know herself, getting notions, So you have to actually, I think you should be supporting each other. Yeah. It's a small enough country. We have Brexit coming at us now, which we're doing a lot of work around. And part of that is we're going to have to learn to stand on our own 2 feet as a country and as an economy. And part of that is supporting each other as a business community.
And what would be simple ways for someone watching, that's in business? What would be a simple way? I know I can give my little advice, which would be, on social media, when you see a business putting up something, share it.
And that's really valuable.
Yeah. And it just takes a click. So that's one simple way I can give for people to support each other. And then also when you're getting your Christmas presents, go to the local shop and buy your present. Or online, shop someone that's local online. If you're not going into a shop, like the likes of Neve from Holis Skincare, for example. Yeah. She does lovely hampers and stuff. She's local, so go and support her. So it doesn't have to be abroad online. It can be a local business online as well.
I think that's so important, Sam. We need to start looking at supporting Irish business, whether that's locally down the road or up the other end of the country, because we need to keep that money in our economy now. Yeah. And we need to sustain the business and sustain as much employment and livelihood as we can, and cash flow. Yeah. That's going to become more important now in the next couple of years than it's ever been. And I think we all need to wake up to that fact as well. And again, that's where pricing and packaging, your offer, comes into play. You need to be able to have your value, but also communicate that effectively.
Yes.
We can still do business overseas, absolutely. There's huge opportunity there. The world, don't be ever defined by your location is something I'd always say to clients.
Yeah.
But try as much as you can to support your own country first.
Yes.
And products and services where possible.
I agree, and I mean, Women's Inspire Network is global. I mean, we have members from all over the world. But we actually are in the same county, so we've always supported each other, and like you said, you went to the ploughing, you dropped in to see your clients, and like I did yesterday, I brought my clients for lunch. It's about kind of maybe just showing your face and just saying, hi, I'm thinking about you today, so I decided to drop in and see you. Things like that.
And people remember that because you do business with people. Not machines.
People buy from people.
They do, definitely, Sam, and that's not going to change anytime soon. We're in a very fast-paced technology environment where social media is definitely a key cornerstone of business. You have to look at your social media, but also you have to take that offline and do the face-to-face piece.
Absolutely.
That's crucial when you're building, long-term relationships that are quality.
I actually have a list on my Twitter, and it's tea and social media. So it's people that I'd like to have a cup of tea with someday. And it's just a simple little thing, having a cup of tea. And, it's like you said as well, it's about knowing your value. What problem can you solve for people? How can you help people? Is your product solving a problem? So there are a lot of people that might be watching that are just starting out in business. So could you maybe give us a little bit of advice for those people that are thinking of starting a business but haven't actually made the jump?
Okay, I was thinking about this earlier today actually. If somebody is seriously thinking about opening their own business, get qualified advice. For the love of God, get qualified advice. And remember something, we all go to the doctor because we're not medically qualified. We have a solicitor for a reason, we have an accountant for a reason. So go to somebody, whether it's myself or somebody else, go and get that qualified advice. Yes. One of the first places that everyone can go to, and it doesn't cost them a fortune, is their local enterprise office. They have a suite of services there that are very cost effective and accessible for somebody who needs to check the viability of what they're doing and check, is this actually worthwhile, and get, before they take that leap of faith. The other thing as well is, going back to the pricing again, look at what it's going to cost you.
Yeah.
Right? What do you need to invest, and how are you going to make that back? What's going to be the return on investment? We're running a workshop on the 1st of October in Dublin around that piece, which is all about consistent cash flow. We have a couple of businesses that are only newly opened, but we have a lot of well-established businesses attending it as well. So if anyone's interested in that, they can always contact us. But getting back to the startup stage, there's a lot of things there that people don't realise are there. There's the online trading voucher, there's mentoring. That is a very cost-effective route through the Leo offices. So it's all really accessible. But be smart. Go to the experts that know the stuff that you might not know about business before you take that leap of faith.
And another thing is, look in the Women's Inspire Network, for
Exactly.
example. We have lots of experts, and if I can't help you, I will know someone who can.
Yes.
And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
But yeah, definitely. And you mentioned your workshop. Now, I don't know if this is going out before or after your workshop, but you do workshops regularly, so they can still contact you and book the next one.
Exactly.
And you often have a waiting list as well, don't you?
Yes, we do, for some of them.
Yeah.
And they can contact us. You can contact me directly on email, mags@bofinconsultancy.com, or look me up online on the website. Just getting back to that piece there that you were saying about, the Women's Inspire Network. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Yes, that's a big one, isn't it?
Someone will know somebody, and just put it out there. What's the worst that can happen? Someone says no,
That's it. And you'll certainly learn about people as well if you do ask for help. And you will see who have been there for you and who aren't there for you. And, a lot of people come to me like years later and say, I always remember that time when you took 5 minutes to sit and talk to me. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. And I wouldn't even remember. But people remember. And I remember people that did that for me.
Yeah.
So that's one reason you're on my couch.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you, Sam.
So there you go. So finally, we will put your website details underneath. Just going to ask you a little question about mags as well. So what is your favourite quote?
I have a lot of them. I suppose, defy the odds and do it anyway.
Lovely.
And that came from my dad, God rest him. But he, go with your gut was another thing he used to say. And the power of a good handshake.
Oh, very good.
And they're very simple things, but, can I use some language here? you know, feck the begrudgers.
Yeah.
And just, you know, go forward. If you feel you want to do something, do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's a common thread that's coming through all the shows, by the way.
Yeah, and it's coming through for a reason, you know. And I think, you know, if you have an idea of what you want to achieve, there's no reason why you can't do that.
I agree.
It's a choice.
Yeah. Well, sure, look, the reason I'm doing this show is I was just too tired waiting for BBC to come to me, so I decided I'd just do one myself.
And why not? You'll do a better job.
It's lovely to see you. Thank you
too.
so much, and thank you for your support. And if anyone wants to get in touch with Mags, I can highly recommend her advice. And definitely, if you're worried about your pricing and you're not sure if you're charging enough, Mags is your girl. Thank you so much. And if you're interested in joining the Women's Inspire Network, do join. Have a look at women'sinspirenetwork.com, and we'll see you there. Thanks, Mags.